Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate food from all of the base. My ace boom goon, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. Extra the cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stock my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The alpha and omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I...
It's week 1 of the 2023 season, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Ravens and the Jaguars, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State at TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Baltimore Ravens and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and Charles, there's nothing quite like it. That feeling of beginning another NFL season, and these two squads, they're going to do just that in a moment.
And what makes it so exciting is the range of possibilities these teams have before them, because we could be seeing one of these teams earn the Lombardi Trophy in February, while the other, they could earn the #1 draft pick in April or anything in between. And we've got the best seat in the house every step of the way.
Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And off we go from Jacksonville. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line. The Ravens offense going to work, and as usual, it's Lamar Jackson, the former MVP of the league, at the helm.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Right to the air is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. That's Edwards. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
1 for 1, a lot more to go. And he's going to have a Ravens first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They find some open field here. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Edwards. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 20-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
A first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10.
Jackson going to give this one to Edwards. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
It's safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by the #1 overall pick of the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10.
At their own 16.
Now ETN to start the drive.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
On first down, right back to ETN. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll get this one complete to Zane Jones. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. On 1st and 10, it's ETN. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action with Lawrence. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll drop that underneath to ETN. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Jackson. Flushed out right. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, Jackson. He sets to fire deep. And unable to connect. Incomplete. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least just a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll run with Etienne. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football, as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Escaping the pressure right. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 16. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Sometimes it's design, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he's able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
A shotgun snap and a give to Etienne. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down and 4, Lawrence. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that. And he beat him on that play. Right to the end zone.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. This offense back out and set to go for their next drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive that deep in their own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Here's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Had to pass there on the 3rd down on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the first down, even throwing the football.
That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals. From the 41, Lawrence. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary. All of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line.
Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. Another tote for ETN.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Lawrence. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his one-on-two matchup.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And he is going to lose yardage here.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And one thing about a play like this, if it's slow to develop, it can turn out poorly. And this play was definitely slow in developing. And that was one heck of an effort to sprint over there and get the man down before he can make anything happen.
On 2nd and 15 now. Lawrence. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 37 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
The extra point has been thrown by
from the 10. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did it. Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And they run with Edwards off the option. They'll get this to about the 38. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. In the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A gain of 38. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Jackson. This is caught. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Jackson will throw again. Flush to his right. And did he get the feet down? No, they'll say he did not. It's incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll look to run with Edwards. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So taking a risk here early in the new year, they're going to go for it.
They'll run for it. It's Edwards. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They stop him up short on 4th and goal from the 1. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he got what he could there, just trying to move forward and gain a little bit of yardage and create some space. You know the pressure is going to be tough defensively.
On 2nd down, ETN once more. And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Lawrence will throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end. And he's going to have the first down as they move into field goal range here at the Now Lawrence to throw. Finds his tight end Ingram. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Lawrence on 1st down, forced out to his left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Again, it's Lawrence. Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Myers. first half. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season, so let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll begin up north at MetLife Stadium over in New Jersey, and it's the Patriots with the lead in that one. The Patriots looking to get off to a hot start, and a road win would help them do just that. From there, we head over to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Russell Gage, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And it's the visiting Minnesota Vikings who are out in front. The Vikings looking for the win on the road in Week 1. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they had a little bit more success on the ground than their opponents did. And that should set them up well for the second half to come. It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in Week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
Now Lawrence. The pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Tyus Bowser blow.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
Build that momentum offense.
Lawrence. Looking for the out route here, and it's completed to Kirk.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
ETN up the middle.
And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Now Lawrence.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
So good coverage there defensively as it looks like they'll force. This opening drive of the 3rd.
Well, let's coach them up a little bit from right here in the booth. That's exactly what they needed to do. They need to start stringing together some stops. turning the ball over back to their offense and trying to get back into this game.
Yeah, a couple scores down, but they can eat into that quickly with a nice drive here on the other side. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And a nice play there defensively. And this is a new acquisition, Charles. You and I were talking about it pregame. Just signed as a free agent earlier this week.
Love when they pick up those guys with something to prove. Because any guy who's a free agent off the street, no one else wanted him. So he wants to prove to the rest of the league, you should have signed me first.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Jackson. Slings it to Andrews, and it's complete. The tight end has it. Jackson fighting his tight end Andrews for the Ravens' first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and he creates such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. Here's Edwards again on second down. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try and run for the first with Edwards. And he's going to run into a brick wall in the middle of the field. And I think he got there. Calling no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
2nd and 9 from the 44. Here's Lawrence to throw. Screenplay, here's ETN. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. ETN bringing in another one. And he will have a Jaguars first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Back to throw. Lawrence. And he'll throw this one away. I don't think he's out of the pocket. No. Here comes the flag.
Intentional grounding.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And it will extend their lead even further. So just 3 points that are important in the grand scheme of things as it's now a 3-score lead.
And to now, the other guys haven't shown that they can do anything offensively. So just take the points, keep adding that cushion, and let your defense win you the football game.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Off the option, here's Edwards. They'll get this down to the 48-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. So that was a very nice play, Charles, from a very speedy cornerback.
Yeah, this defense as a whole has really been flying to the football all game long. They have not allowed too much of anything, and here's another example. A great play there to get in and disrupt it before it could get going.
And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
To the 36-yard line, stop there.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Well, they've done a pretty good job keeping him in check to that point, but he finally breaks off a nice run here and gets into the end zone.
And it just takes one, doesn't it, partner? That can undo a lot of good work that a defense has done to that point. You break off one right there, and everything suddenly looks bad for you.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Jacksonville. It's Jaguar football here, and they'll look to extend their lead as we begin quarter number 4. 2nd and 7. Etienne once more. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have a Jags first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 88 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Right back to him on first down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Jamal Agnew, 48 yards. And the Jaguars are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1. Oh, good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want. But there carries a little extra pressure with that as well, because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go and prove it.
And 2 sides to that coin. It looks like they're being protected here in this one. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Edwards. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Ravens have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can...
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
On 3rd down, here's Etienne. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball. You often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. Play action. It's Lawrence. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Slot man moves right. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. Boy, you always hate to see injuries. Here in week 1, just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Back to the ground with ETN. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And they'll go again with ETN. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And to the 49-yard line, but no further, an obvious... short of the first. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer. And it's a fumble. And the Jags grab it. And they're going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. There's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. They were trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Here's a give up the middle. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, first down, still a nice 13-yard pickup. No doubt here in the fourth quarter, this is a huge defensive series.
Hey, they can read the scoreboard. They realize if they give up a field goal here, this game might be out of reach. They understand the stakes and are playing accordingly.
Second and 2, first down marker at the 5-yard line. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Gave themselves options there on the 3rd down play, and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did it.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Jags are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Myers connects on the PAT. That'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out, because now it's not a total loss, because as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. Middle of the field, he finds Pascal. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. Here's Jackson to throw. Open man is Bateman. It's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll find Bateman once more. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now a pause, and there's an injured Raven in need of some assistance. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And Jackson throwing once more. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jackson. And he'll go. Now the ball comes loose, and the Jags grab it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And I don't know that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week, because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
They'll start this drive out on the ground, and he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
The defense going to blanket the field. 6 now in the secondary here for 3rd and 15. The CDO is a little extra excitement for week 1 and one of our early window games here when week 1 as Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for the Jaguars, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Houston Texans next week. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.